Hello Aquarius, and welcome back to your reading. So for this extended, a lot of the cards in this extended are, well, not a lot, just one of them really, made a really big appearance in the Pisces reading. So there's definitely a thread, a bleed through. Perhaps maybe the Pisces reading will help fill in the gaps, if you will. So we're starting off your extended. Actually, let's see where we left off. So we left off in the YouTube reading with the sun leading you through a barrier, through a maze-like barrier by way of this connection. So there's a connection, this lover's connection here, which I want to talk about it as a mirror soul connection, is acting as the true sun for you, Aquarius, and is helping lead you through a maze that is, so there's something about it that is like animatronic, like it's animatronic or something. So what that means to me is that as you move through this space, as because you've peered through, whoops, there we go. You're peering through this Empress, right? So as you move through, actually, yeah, as you move through, it's like it's activating. Okay, as you move through. So as your sight moves through the Empress and onto the Lovers, it activates this Empress in a way that is, it could be appearing to you as kind of like a trigger, something like that. It's an automatic response. It's like, so it only occurs when you peer through it. It's the only time that it occurs. So when you use that sight, or even when you're actually, it's coming through actually as like when you move through that barrier, it's kind of gonna activate some it's like an automatic response that only would be brought up if you were to activate it. Does that make sense? So, and when you're the way that you activate it is by peering through it, or even for some of you, like actually moving through it physically, because the connection is leading you through it. So it might not be like a physical movement, but more of an energetic movement. So as you move through the Empress, there's going to be some type of thing. It's going to be like an upkick of, well, because that barrier, it's like it's not actually there, right? It's an illusion. That's what this is. That barrier that's in front of the sun, the faux, what you think is the sun, but is not actually the true sun. It's an illusion. So it's like when this happens, they amp up the illusion. I hope that makes sense. But you know actually who looks through illusions. This is great. The owl. The owl is literally the perfect energy to embody when trying to look through illusions. Okay, so we're starting your extended off with, as you're, so we're starting to extend it off with you. This is the high priest. This is presenting as you today. It presented as Pisces yesterday. So, and in the Pisces reading, it was talking about how the high priestess is the truest form of Pisces. So when you step into this truest form and you use, remember what I was talking about? You use your owl sight, right, to discern and peer through this Empress. You see how initially, you know, it's like your guardians. Your guardians are stepping in and activating the sight. When that happens, it's like you it's kind of giving me like a Alice in Wonderland when she drink. Oh my god, okay, here we go. She drinks like some potion, right? And it makes her big. And that's what this is happening. So she drinks. I love this. Look at this imagery. So we have the King of Cups coming next. And there's that potion. This is the potion that, you know, changes your state of being. So it's kind of like the Alice in Wonderland conceptually. But see, it's like here, it's like initially you are, this is one and the same. That's what this is talking about. It's like you are now embodying your guardian energy and you're peering through. That's why it's like you're able to see what they're offering, what they're offering, or what they're trying to present to you as an illusion. Actually, is what's coming up, and what it is this. It's this cup, and when you take a closer look at this cup, I know it's really dark in here. Let's see if I can actually fix this. There we go, a little bit better. So when you look at their cup, hopefully you can see it, but there's like, the liquid inside of this cup looks toxic to me. It doesn't, it looks like it's gonna make you sick. It does not have the same appearance as this cup. This is a beautiful bouquet of flowers, all of this gorgeousness, right? Your wish. This here is not your wish, even though it kind of looks like it, right? It's appearing in a similar vessel, but it's not actually what you're desiring. And it's like when you consume this illusion, right, or something that is around the sun, blocking you from seeing the trueness of the sun. When you take the potion, it makes you smaller. It leads you into, well, this is what happens when you take this, whatever this is, whatever this means for you. It leads you into, this is Three of Swords. Leads you into the Three of Swords, and you can kind of see like there's a resemblance here with the High Priestess. And in the Three of Swords, it's like she's consumed whatever that was, and it's actually like toxic. It's like it's like a poison or something. It looks like poison. Even like her eyes are like blanked out and everything. So it's kind of, it's alluding to that. It's a detriment. It's a detriment to your health. And especially with it appearing as the Three of Swords, it kind of gives me the impression Yeah, it's a detriment to your heart. Remember, we were talking earlier before about how your mirror soul reflects you back to you, the pureness of your heart back to you. And what this is saying that is that when that same thing happens with kind of like the surface of the sun here, it's not reflecting back to you. What it's reflecting back to you is this Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords traditionally talks about heartache, heartbreak, that type of stuff. This is coming more through as something that is like toxic for you. It's coming up as like a poison. It's poisoning you. And when it poisons you, it is like re-establishing the idea that what you're looking at is actually the sun. Because it doesn't, either way you're looking through it, but this is kind of like as you do look through it, it's like this is the next reaction. Let me turn this on. This is the next kind of like automated reaction that happens when, that's not going to work, when you first attempt to look through this. Gosh, it's so dark. I'm so sorry. There we go. Oh, there we go. Okay. So it's like that's the first automatic response. Hopefully that makes sense. So it's like a kick up. But then you peer through anyways because you have your guides here to help you see through this. So it's like either way you're going to see through the Empress. Either way you're seeing through it. Here the sun is coming. Regardless of what you see on the horizon, the sun always comes. And that's what this is talking about. It's like the sun, it's coming. So we have here next the Page of Pentacles. Hang on one second. All right, welcome back. Okay, so I had to turn on some light. There was like, oh my gosh, it was too dark in here. So it was dark in here, right? So here comes the sun. That's what this is. That's what this is talking about. It's like now here comes the sun. So we have the Page of Pentacles coming up next, and this is that moment. This is the moment where where whatever is in front of this sun of yours, it's like it's being unveiled. It's being unveiled. You're peering through it, right? So the sun is being unveiled to you through this Page of Pentacles energy. What I'm noticing here actually is that like when you look at these two, because these are, I know that there's a lot of darkness around this, but what it's referring to is like the contrast between this dark and the light. So this one here is the sun. They're the sun and the darkness, right? So the King of Cups, which is the, you know, that energy that was outside of the sun, right? It appears. Do you see how it appears like it's the sun? It appears as though it's the sun, but what you will see with this King of Cups here, the one that is feeding, that is kind of giving you a false cup, I guess is what I'm wanting to say. It's just not that it's truly, it's just not, I don't, you know what I mean. What this is talking about is that like this character here, the Empress, right, is standing in front of the sun. They're standing in front of the sun. They're blocking the light of the sun. This is the actual sun. The light is within itself, right? It doesn't have, see what I'm saying? It doesn't have necessarily a, like, it makes perfect sense in my mind. And I'm trying to relate it to you. But this energy is like blocking, you see how it's like blocking the sun. And so when you peer through this one, you see the sun. So that tells me that this one here is the one that is helping to, oh, this is great. This is the one that is helping to lead you out of, or not lead you out, but like lead you through towards them, towards the sun, towards this Page of Pentacles. This is here. She has a triple goddess like mask. This triple goddess mask. So she has this triple goddess mask. They're, look at this. They are very similar, right, to you. This could even be like aspects of yourself. Very similar to you, but wearing a different like headdress. Whereas before you were wearing the headdress of this Empress. You're wearing the headdress of this Empress, and when you put that on, it makes you feel small and then activates that owl energy, which allows you to peer through that and see that, and see the true sun, the true source. The true like source, it's coming now, it's coming through a source. The true source of you, right? Your true, like, the hat is talking about like, it's talking about like the core, like the core of your being. So it's kind of like the red thread. It's leading you to the core of your being, and the core of your being is actually, well, kind of like this triple goddess. This is very interesting. Okay, so this actually now is telling me that this has more to do like with you and your internal realm, especially with like the sun and then like a layer on the outside. So on the outside is this Empress energy. You got to look through it. And what's fascinating here is that, you know, the triple goddess is kind, she's the mother maiden crone, right? 3 faces. The Empress, you could argue is the mother, right? So this is what it's talking about, is like, this is only one aspect. It's only one aspect. And so when you fully see the sun, what you're going to see is all aspects, all aspects. I'm just going to say all aspects. Which, just linking it back to mirror souls, when you see all aspects of you, then you can see all aspects in the mirror soul. So that's what gives you that pure, it's like that pure reflection back to you. The Empress energy is not giving you that the pureness of the reflection, because it's only one part. of your reflection. There are more parts of your reflection. So it's kind of like there's more ingredients that need to be added to this cup to give you the fullness of your reflection back to you. I hope that makes sense. All right, so we are ending your reading off today, Aquarius, with the King of Pentacles. And what's lovely here is that this is your guardian. This is your guardian again coming up. This is your guardian again coming up with a message for you, Aquarius. And that message has something to do with, like, okay, so this is like a cuckoo clock. And remember, your guardian is activated when you put on a hat that doesn't belong to you, belongs to someone else. And then that guardian kind of works as like helping you to discern between that, discern through that, and or as like a defense. It's your defense, right? So hang on, I just lost my train of thought. Hang on. Let me pull it back in again. So when this guardian is activated again, after this, like through this session, it has something to do with it's like when you initially put on this one here, the trueness of your being, there's something about it that makes you feel cuckoo. Like cuckoo, like a cuckoo clock, right? It makes you feel I just want to use that word, cuckoo, right? And that might actually be why, like, you might have been okay with this dynamic, because if you were to move into this one here, it has the potential of making you feel a little crazy, like you've lost your mind or something. It has something to do with your mind, you know? See how she's like pointing to her mind? And when that happens, when those feelings start to come up, when you start to doubt this, it's like that owl energy is activated again and then goes to this cuckoo clock and is destroying it. It's like it's destroying your thoughts on like this actually being the sun. That's what it is. It's almost like you're doubting that the sun is that this is the real sun. Like this is the real wish that you had asked for. This is what you were wanting. And so there's like a little bit of, I don't know, it's coming through as like it's mental. It's very mental. And it kind of makes you feel a little crazy, a little cuckoo. And so when that happens, that guardian owl energy is activated again and comes in and kind of like You see what I'm saying? It like helps to dismantle, because it's like this clock is being taken apart. It helps to dismantle those like thought forms, thought patterns, that type of stuff. There's also something here with time, having to do with time. So it's referring to that this process for you could, is it going to take time? Is it taking time? Your guardian is coming through with a message of like, don't worry about the time that it's going to take to move through this, because like that's the thing, either way you're going to get to the sun. Regardless, the sun always rises. So it doesn't matter how long or how short it takes to get there, because that might also be a thing too. It might be a situation where it's like, oh my gosh, I didn't know the sun was coming that soon. There it is. And it's happened so fast for you that that's causing a lot of like mental strain, making you feel a little cuckoo, because perhaps maybe you normally wouldn't go as fast, or you wouldn't see it as fast. But there's something that your guardians, it's coming there as guardians, your guardians are doing to help you see that even quicker. And so that's why it can appear as like being so sudden. So they're wanting to dispel that, the focus on time. The focus on time. They're wanting to dispel the focus on time. It's almost like it's come in so suddenly and so fast for you that it's like you didn't realize that you were not looking at so there's a couple of things that are happening to you. You're realizing that you were not actually looking at the sun. And then you have an energy around you that is activating, that is allowing you to peer through and is helping to lead you through like some type of illusion of the of like a false sun, and then all of a sudden you're at the sun. The sun is here, and it's like everything is going on all at the same time, all at once. Not only that, you're being fed kind of like some other stuff as you're passing through that, oh, I guess like an illusion, the illusion of the Empress. And that's also causing you to feel small. So it's just kind of like it's everywhere. It's kind of everywhere. And so it's making you feel a little like mentally strained. And so these guardians are they're coming in and wanting to dispel your worries. It could also be practical concerns, especially with the King of Pentacles, practical concerns about the timing of this. And what you need to know is that the sun rises when it's supposed to, at the exact time that it's supposed to do it. All right, Aquarius, that was really beautiful. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you next time. Bye.